Hey everyone, welcome to my Boston vlog. I'm going to apologize in advance for all the vertical videos, but I tried to get what videos I could. But anyway, we arrived at the airport and then we took the subway from the airport to our hotel, which was super nice. I love all of the public transit in Boston. This is our hotel. We're staying at Citizen M downtown by the TD Garden. I'm watching House Hunters, of course, because what else do you watch when you're on a vacation? It's small, but honestly, it's pretty surprisingly spacious. I don't know, surprisingly just as spacious as any other hotel. Toilet, obviously. Shower. Kind of like a cruise, but you know, it works. And then here's that's the fridge. It's kind of crazy. Look at this. Kind of crazy. Small, obviously. Probably can't bring back too many leftovers, but you know. In my Bucky shirt, because is there any other way to live? Jacob's getting waters and some hummus and pita so we can eat because we got in kind of late. And then we're gonna hit the ground running tomorrow. So I will say I'll have to try to take a video of it, but the lobby is so sick. There's like so much art and stuff, or like not even the lobby. It's like when you come in to go to the elevators to the lobby, it has like a lot of cool art. I really loved our hotel. It was cozy and really fun and eclectic with all this funky art in the hallway. But yeah, so we went on the Freedom Trail with my cousin and she showed us around. We first went to Tate and Beacon Hill, and the swarm of birds would not leave us alone. But yeah, I don't have a lot of footage from the Freedom Trail, so I apologize once again. I was with my cousin, so we were just kind of chatting and walking. It is a lot of walking, so I will say fair warning. We walked over 20,000 steps this day, so be prepared if you go to Boston. Wear comfortable shoes. That is my advice. This is the USS Constitution. This is across the water, so this is like the end half of the Freedom Trail, but it's nice because you can see the views over the water to Boston. It's really beautiful. And it was nice because it was kind of golden hour, so the sun was setting. Then we headed over to the last monument, which is the Bunker Hill Monument at the end of the Freedom Trail. There is, I believe, only these two at the end of the Freedom Trail, so if you do not want to walk all that way across the water, I totally don't blame you. It's probably not really that worth it if you're tired, because we were pretty tired by this point. But then we headed back to our hotel, which was luckily just right over the bridge. Then we headed to the north end, to Little Italy area. We went to Ciao Roma. It was such a good restaurant. They obviously make their pasta fresh, so it was really delicious. I had the bolognese, and then you'll see in a second, but we got affogato, which is so good, and it's like one of my favorite desserts. I love a good espresso. That's that me espresso. So yummy. Then the next day we were definitely hurting, but we kept it moving. We went back to Beacon Hill area. Hey, what's up, you guys? 2 days, second day. 2 days in. Our feet hurt. Woo. We headed to the Beacon Hill bookstore, and I have to say thank you so much to the host at Beacon Hill bookstore for letting us sit down and have brunch. They were pretty booked up and I didn't make a reservation, but she let us quickly eat anyway. So thank you to the Beacon Hill bookstore. It was so nice, such a nice brunch. But I have so much footage of this place because I love it. I want my house to look like this someday. It is so beautiful. I highly recommend going during the week. This was, I think, like a Thursday maybe that we went. It was much quieter, still busy, but much quieter than when we revisited on Saturday. It was crazy, packed full of people. So definitely go during the week if you can. You guys, I was so excited to find this artist that I followed on Instagram for so long. Her thing is Incardi Prince. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But she has these little vending machines. Most of them are on the East Coast, so I've never been able to find any. Until now, I finally found one in the wild. And I got a couple. I exchanged some quarters for a couple bucks downstairs at the cashier. They're more than willing to do that as long as they have some on hand. But I got a couple of cute little prints. She also does bigger prints online and stuff, but I feel like they're usually hard to get because they sell out pretty quickly. But I just love these. I'm so happy I was able to get my hands on a couple. And then this was the upstairs kids area. It was so cute. They also have a little train that runs around a track up top. It was the cutest little area. I swear I could spend all day in this bookstore. And we walked around the corner to Acorn Street, which is the most photographed street in America. Normally that street is packed with people, and this is why I highly recommend going during the week and off season, because you will be able to do so much more than during peak seasons. Then we took the subway over to the Museum of Fine Arts. This museum is really big, but it was so nice to be inside. It was a little bit rainy that day, so it was nice to be inside in a cozy museum. Once again, this place, while it was busy, it definitely was not packed, so it was really nice. There was definitely rooms where we were completely alone. I also didn't realize this before we arrived, but there is like a little Matisse exhibit. I don't know if it's normally there or if it's just a special occasion, but they had a couple of the water lily paintings. But yeah, it was really cool to see a lot of like very iconic art, and I also love Dali. They had a little exhibit for that as well. I did not get a lot of footage because that room was busy compared to everything else in the museum, which I thought was really interesting because I feel like Dali is not everybody's cup of tea, but... And we headed back to our hotel. There is a Mike's Pastry just right next door, so we got some cannolis and a Boston cream pie. Mike's Pastry cannoli rating out of 10.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one a 7, only because yesterday's at Moderns was an 8. Here's why. Moderns, you could tell, I think it was fresher.
Oh, you think so?
This one, it felt like, I don't know, maybe it's been sitting a little bit. Personal opinion, I don't know.
I think they're both good. I think they both taste like a cannoli. The other one at Moderns, we ordered one with the chocolate dipped too, so it had like a little chocolate covering on it as well.
True. And
while the cannolis were delicious, I think this Boston cream pie was my favorite. And we got dinner with my aunt that night, and we had this delicious cup of clam chowder soup. So good. Then the next day we headed out to Salem, and we got some Blank Street coffee before we left. This is us getting on the commuter rail, which was right next door to our hotel. Highly recommend this hotel. It's next to, I feel like, everything you could possibly need. Then when we got there, like I said, it was not busy. So nice to go on an off season in November. The only thing, fair warning, if you go to Salem in November, a lot of stuff, once that Halloween season ends, a lot of stuff closes for the season. So if there's something you really want to do, I would just double check that it is going to be open. But yeah. Then we took the Heritage Trail, which is kind of like the Freedom Trail in Boston, and just saw the sights along the way. This is the Witch House and the Ropes Mansion, which was in Hocus Pocus. Definitely come in November. There's nobody really here. We're telling the people to come in November because there's nobody here.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
It's much quieter.
It's nice.
As you can see, lush gardens.
Look at that garden.
Flowers everywhere.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Blooming. Yeah. This is what you want to see.
Yeah. Just some pretty houses in the back. This is the back of the house.
Yeah.
It is a pretty, like, I would like to have this garden.
Yeah.
But maybe, in the summer. Then we just walked around, took in the sights. I love the old historic buildings. This is also the Bewitched statue, which is on the Heritage Trail. I guess the first season, I think, was filmed in Salem, so that was kind of fun. Then we went to Essex Street, which is like the main kind of shopping area. We did end up going to the Salem Wax Museum, and let me tell you, my heart was pumping when I saw these wax figures. I knew nothing was going to jump out at us, but it was still very eerie, and I felt my adrenaline kicking in. So we're at the Salem Wax Museum. Definitely took a minute for me to get my heart rate back to normal with all of these wax figures. We were also in there alone, so that really didn't help the creepy feeling of it. Then we kept walking on the Heritage Trail and we grabbed some lunch. And of course, what do you get when you're in New England and you get lunch? You get a lobster roll. So that's what I got. It was so delicious. I love a good New England lobster roll. Keep in mind also, this is end of November. It was very, very cold, so dress warmly if you go there in November. As we were walking around after lunch, we found this really cute little art gallery. We love to see local artists and potentially sometimes we'll buy things. We didn't buy anything from here. There was some art that you'll see in a second that I really loved. I don't know what it was. These paper bag paintings really spoke to me, but they were already sold. Not sure how I would have gotten them back in my luggage anyway, but yeah, we talked to the guy who worked at this art gallery too, and he had some art there, which was nice, and he gave us some information on the area, so that was fun. And then we walked down to the House of Seven Gables, and this was Nathaniel Hawthorne's house. He's a descendant of one of the judges of the Salem witch trials, and he wrote the Scarlet Letter. Then we walked back to Essex Street, and we found this whole display of Legos, which I think this was probably Jacob's favorite part of the day because he absolutely loves Legos. But they had some little recreations of some of the historical buildings in the area, which was really cool. And they had some nods to Hocus Pocus, of course. And while I love the movie Hocus Pocus, I did consider going to Max and Danny's house. However, it said it was going to be about a 30-minute walk, and our dogs were already barking from all the walk-in, and it was very cold, so we skipped that. And we got some delicious pastries from Caramel, whatever you want to call it, before we headed out and back to Boston. We were so exhausted from walking around Salem all day, so we just got a quick bite, which you'll see in a second, but we were just walking around and we stumbled upon this cute farmer's market, but it was really coming down out there. Smile! It's really raining. We stumbled upon the Union Oyster House too, which was cool to see. But this is the little Italian deli in the North End. It was so nice. The sandwich was so good. I love a good Italian sandwich. I believe Jacob got a chicken parmesan sandwich, and we got more cannolis from Bova's in the North End. We got a regular like chocolate chip one, and then the pistachio. These I think were my favorite because the sugar definitely was not as intense. It was definitely more ricotta-y if you like that flavor. I think it was really good. And this was the view from our room. Not the greatest view, but it was just so cozy with the rain and everything in the bed. And we saw the Boston Public Library. It was so beautiful. Did not get a lot of footage. We went out with my cousin again to get lunch, and then we walked down to Newberry Street and then Commonwealth, which has like the prettiest park. It was so much beautiful fall leaves falling everywhere, and they were setting up Christmas lights down the way. It was beautiful. I could have spent all day in this park. It was gorgeous with the brownstones lined on the side. Oh,
We out here in the streets of Boston.
we just leisurely strolled back to our hotel and waited. Our flight was delayed, so we had some time to kill. I'm gonna just narrate this next part because the wind was so loud, but Jacob got stuck across the street because I ran across, because I did what the locals do, which is jaywalk and just run when you can. And like I said, we had a lot of time to kill before our flight, and we just sat in our hotel lobby, had a drink, and played some games. I am not sponsored, but I highly recommend Citizen M in North Station. It was just so nice, convenient location, had everything we needed. We finally headed off to the airport, and our flight was once again delayed, but Sandra at the Southwest desk got everyone on our flight together to do a little paper airplane competition, so shout out to Sandra. You're gonna see her here in a minute. But yeah, we just got a little competition going on to see whose plane would fly the farthest, and she gave out little gifties. She was so awesome and so sweet, so it was a great experience, even though our flight was majorly delayed.
Oh, Jacob. Oh, no.
That's better. It's better than you did before. Did you do better?
Do better.
I love that she did this too, because I feel like it just bonds everybody who's on the plane together rather than feeling like I'm just on a plane with complete strangers. It kind of makes you feel a little bit more camaraderie between everyone. What was your big prize?
Thank you.
But eventually we got on the plane and we headed back, and I was so sad because I absolutely love Boston and I will definitely be coming back, hopefully very soon. So thanks for watching. Bye!